Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine. We're presented by the Navy Federal Credit Union. Navy Swimming and Diving heading up to West Point for the annual Army-Navy Star Meet, part of the annual Star Series presented by USAA. And sophomore Ben Irwin is with me. Ben, this is your first time going up to New York for this big meet. What type of environment are you expecting?
Certainly. A little bit of an unknown. Haven't really seen the pool a lot, but I'm excited. I think it's going to be good. I've heard from the team. It's a good pool, so it's going to be a lot of good racing, good time.
You had quite the auspicious Army-Navy debut last year, winning both back events. What do you remember from that night in Annapolis?
I think it was just the energy that was there. Honestly, the wildest swim meet that I've ever been to. The crowd was super into it, and there's also just so much heat in the rivalry. Going into the meet, the team, they were like, oh yeah, well, we hate Army, but that was where it came to fruition. It's okay, we're gonna beat these people, and it was a great meet. It was fun.
Now that you've experienced that animosity leading up to a rivalry meet, what sense do you get for the history and tradition that goes into a series like this?
I mean, there's so much tradition that goes into it. We talk about it on our team, and our team culture of brotherhood, tradition, and excellence. It goes back to the tradition. We represent all the classes that came before us, and it's a meet that has huge historical ties, and we're here now to uphold that standard.
2 years now into your swimming career at the D1 level, what hostile environments have you experienced on the road so far?
I think we traveled up to Notre Dame last year, and they had a light show at the beginning of the meet, and that was pretty neat. They had the lights going, kind of building that crowd atmosphere a little bit, but it was good. But I'm expecting this is probably going to be the most challenging crowd that we faced so far.
You have experienced some great crowds and some great challenges in your time, and had an auspicious freshman year where you broke not only school records, but Army-Navy meet records and Patriot League records. How did you assimilate so well into the rotation in your first year?
I think a lot of the guys just look out for each other. If there's an area that you're struggling in, there's always someone on the team that's there to help you. Our team captain, Jake, he was really important in my development last year. We're in the backstroke group together, and practices are hard, but it's kind of the camaraderie between us that carries us through and makes it worth it.
Where does that camaraderie shine through in the middle of a practice where you're feeling the pain in your gut?
It's every day. We have some really hard practices, and you're feeling the pain, but it's when the guys around you are making jokes about how bad it hurts. You're like, okay, this is a team that I want to be a part of. We have a good time even when we're in a ton of pain.
As a guy swimming backwards during an Army-Navy meet, you mentioned the energy and the sound of the crowd. How do you register that in real time so that it affects you in a positive way?
For sure. It's kind of just recognizing, for me, I can get too stressed out about races. I get myself too worked up. When I'm behind the blocks and everyone's yelling, I kind of just got to tune it out and be like, I'm just going to have fun with it. And that's what I try to do. That's what gets me in my headspace to race.
What techniques do you have during the preparation this week to mitigate that stress and anxiety before a really big competition?
I think just thinking about all the training that we have done, we talk about working really hard every day in practice, and that's what paves the way for your performances come race day, come meet day, is trusting all the work that you've put in with everyone else on your team. That's what makes the performances possible.
A lot of intense preparation goes into being a Division I swimmer. What specific part of your routine do you hone in on a week like this?
Just the race prep, a lot of pacing, getting the feel for how you want to swim your race, and then just tapering down, getting your body ready to go, ready to race. Make sure it's well rested, well fueled, good sleep, good hydration, all that.
This summer, you were one of 6 mids to compete in the Olympic trials down at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. What was that experience like?
It was truly one of the coolest swimming experiences that I've had in my life so far. It was awesome. The football stadium that they had set up for it. The facilities were unlike anything I've ever seen anywhere. Honestly, just one of the greatest swim meets of all times. They had the pool set up there in the stadium, 20,000 people, all the facilities that you could ask for. It was great.
And you competed in 2 events at that trial. Were you just absolutely gassed by the end of the week?
Oh, after the 2 back, my last event, I was pretty gassed and tired, but it was well worth it.
What do you take away from a road trip like that? Well after the school year is over, well after you've competed at Patriot Leagues, but to be able to represent your country at that level with your teammates?
It was really special to represent Navy, especially Navy men's swimming. Great experience there. Just like taken away from the meet, I learned that I swim fast when I have fun. So just trying to carry that with me going into this meet especially.
How fun is it to share this experience with your sister Caroline, who herself has had great success specifically in these Army-Navy meets?
It's great. It's awesome. She was part of the reason I decided to come here, and just having family on the same team has been such a blessing. And I'm really happy that I'm able to share this experience with her.
Were you able to spend time with her when she got her service assignment?
I was. We were there in West Virginia. My parents were able to come up, and it was special to see her get her service assignment. But it's kind of a reminder that she's going to be gone soon, though. So.
Well, until that day comes, best of luck to you, your sister, and the rest of your team as you get ready to face Army in the Star Meet. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.